This is probably the number one reason why you're feeling stuck. And I want to share this with you because it really helped me become unstuck. And it's really helped a lot of my clients. If you're a VP level corporate woman, you'll want to take a listen to this video. If you're anything like me, you do things by the book. You are a person that will read the books. You will go to the events. You will listen to the podcast. You'll do the extra reps. You will write down your vision. You will put your vision board up. You will do all the things necessary in order for you to be successful. But you're missing one critical piece. And that's what I want to share with you. You see, because I feel like this has been me. And I want to give you a little bit of a story because this has been something that I have been living during this year of 2025. So, for those of you who don't follow me, I want to let you know that my name is Diana Patton and I am your authentic power strategist. I help VP level, high achieving corporate women to speak up and advocate for themselves. But what I've come to realize is that we have got to work on making certain that our authentic power and our wealth is secure. And what do I mean by that is wealth is an acronym. And what we have to do is we have to take our health seriously. It's a strategy that's a part of our wealth acronym. And I've come to realize that, a lot of the women that I work with, we are go getters. We get stuff done. And for me, I realized the stuff done thing, the check box, was almost getting in my way. So the 2025 year became the year that I decided that not to do the All Rise Live Global Summit. That was a part of our strategy to be able to get the 100,000 women that we want a part of our Rise Advocates and movement. And I said, I got to get quiet. We got to remove the summit because for those of you who've done 2-day summits, you know that gets a lot of your energy and it takes a good 4 months, 5 months for you to prepare for something like that. So I said, no, I'm not going to do that. So I took that off the to do list. And then I signed up for Russell Brunson's Prime Mover uh, coaching sessions because your girl, me, I'm a coach. So I get coaching. That's just what wise coaches do. And pro tip, if you're going to hire a coach, they better have a coach. Just saying. So I signed up for Russell Brunson's Prime Mover. No, I'm not getting paid for this. I wish I was. And I paid $10,000 because I am a high level, VP level corporate woman and I invested in myself. And I thought, okay, I'll go ahead and invest in that. And then by, June or July, I'm going to see the return on that investment. I didn't see the return on that investment. What I began to do was I began to realize that there were aspects of our program that needed to be revised. And so instead of going to an event or instead of just plowing through the material that Russell Brunson gave, I decided to take it seriously and begin to attack and review what I was doing to see, am I talking to the right people? Do I have the right messaging? And so what 2025 has been was moving forward, tweaking, failing, getting back up, moving forward, tweaking, failing, and getting back up. And as a result, I have not seen the forward movement that I thought was going to happen in 2025. But everything within my soul points to the fact that I'm doing the right things. Have you ever had that? That's what I have been feeling. But undoubtedly, I'm a human. I'm like, dang, what's going on? What is this? And so I stopped asking, why isn't it happening? Why isn't that happening fast enough? Why can't I see the results? And beating myself up over this. Instead, what I started to do was I started to pay attention to my daily mindset. I started to actually use the framework that we like to call our 3553 method on me. What that meant was 3 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes mid afternoon, 5 minutes mid morning, 5 minutes mid afternoon, and 3 minutes before I go to bed was a check in. See, because here's what happens with a lot of us, and this is why you might be feeling stuck, is that you wake up in the morning time, you do your morning meditation, you do your morning practice, you say your affirmations, you feel really good. The songs are singing in the background, the birds are humming, and you're feeling really good, right? And then you get into your day, and then everything shifts. You don't think about anything until it's probably 7 o'clock later that night. And you realize, okay, where did my day go? And you actually do not have what's called the right vibrational tone. Your frequency is not aligned with what it is that you believe is possible. And that, my friends, is the reason why you're stuck, is because everything within you thinks it's not possible. Whatever you're asking for, whatever vision you have, whatever goal you might have, you don't think it's possible. And as a result, you basically tell God it's not possible. So therefore, that's what you get. And I have come to realize that people who are successful, people who manifest, people who see forward movement really feel that. There's something that has to shift within them for them to feel it, regardless of what your outside circumstances say, regardless of what your bank account says, and regardless what the scale says. Because often you keep looking at that, questioning it, and that very vibration sends to the field, which is out in the field of God, into that manifesting universe that you don't believe it's possible. And believe me when I tell you that I know this all too well. But I have to give you some references from my book, Inspiration in My Shoes. In my book, I write about everything I'm telling you about that made me successful in so many areas of my life that I often have to remember that that's what I have to do. One example being passing the bar exam. Once I started realizing that that is what I want, I started thinking, well, what would a person that passed the bar exam feel like? What would they do on a daily basis? What kinds of activities and mindset would they have? And you have to embody that. If I were you, I would spend more time analyzing what that would feel like, what that would look like, as opposed to doing so much work to achieve it. And there's a difference. Yes, you're going to have to do things to achieve it. But when that vibrational embodiment matches the vision, then it's a different way in which you're approaching what it is that you're doing. A lot of us stay busy. We keep knocking our heads up against the wall. We keep doing activities that really render this doubt feeling, right? When you're doing the work that you need to do, you're going to do it with this feeling of expectation that is just right around the corner. It's here. You might not physically see it in the dimension yet, but you know it's coming. And you know it's actually here, and it's coming, and it's feeling inside of your body. It's excitement. Your heart feels it. And that's the difference, because often we get in our heads and we think our thoughts alone have to produce the right types of words. But that's not where it's at, my friends. It's in your heart. Your heart has to vibrate to the level of expectation that you know that you already have it, that it's already yours. And that's a different type of vibrational metric. I've been studying this because I've learned from neuroscientists that it's your heart that actually has a neurotransmission, a transmission that's further out. It magnetizes further out than your thoughts do. I mean, not to get too deep, but you do know that we are a body of waves. We are waves, hence currency, right? We are currents. Our heart vibrates. And so you have to understand this from a law perspective. Like, it's a universal law that this is to occur. And without going into detail, I have to put this in another video, but this is the reason why a lot of us feel stuck, is because you can't just mechanically go through the process. And you might say, well, I know some people who do that. Yeah, they may do that, but they're feeling exhausted and burnt out over time because it's this nonstop work. But if you are actually working as if it is already there, it's already yours, it's a different feeling. You don't feel exhausted. You don't feel overwhelmed. You don't feel burnt out. You don't feel like you have to consistently, nonstop overwork. And that's the difference. That is the difference. And so there's an ease about you that you're going to feel when you know that something is going to come about. And I just want to say, because as an athlete, I will tell you, I know this all too well when it comes to doing my sports, because there were just times where I just felt like I'm going to win. I just knew it, I was going to win. And if you watch any type of athletics, I like to reference the US Open, tennis, they will tell you there was just a feeling I had, that today was a day that I'm going to win. And I just felt it through the whole entire match. That's what you have to feel like, my friends. This is a practice of belief. This is a practice of faith and knowing that something is going to come. In fact, the scriptures say faith is the evidence of things unseen, and the confidence, this deep down knowing that it is already here. And that's what I want you to have. I want you to have that type of freedom. I want you to have that type of goodness and this understanding and this feeling. And that's what I want this channel to vibrate. Because if I'm vibrating on that frequency, then you're going to feel that through this video and you're going to take action. So, this is what I want to ask you. What is it that you're going to begin to embody for the result that you want to have? What is the faith that you need to have? I would love for you to be able to put in the comments the one or two things that you're going to start doing, that you're going to feel, I should say, the one or two things that you're going to feel on a daily basis to be able to get you where you want to be. Now, I'm going to tell you, it's easier to feel this way when you're around other people. And that's the reason why I want to introduce you to our Rise 53 Inner Circle, because this is a current of women, the current meaning like there's a vibration of women that really work together to achieve these results. And what better way to get around that? Because you are a product of the 5 people that you hang around the most. And if you don't have that in your your day or in your week, it's really hard to stay the course. So we want to offer you the Rise 53 Inner Circle. If you are listening to this during a time when our Rise 53 Inner Circle is closed, then get on the wait list because we want to invite you in here. Otherwise, join our newsletter. We'll have a link below for you to be able to get in on our newsletter, because we send out weekly newsletters to get you inspired, encouraged, and to get you rising. All right, my friends. So get that vibrational match together. Feel it as though it is already there. And I guarantee you, you will become unstuck. All right, my friends. I hope that was helpful. I'll see you in the next video.